Hello! In this video, I will tell a story from World War II. These are some photos from World War II. World War II took place from 1939 to 1945. That's when it happened. A big part of World War II was bombing. The United States used B-17 bombers to drop bombs like this. Drop. They dropped bombs. The United States dropped a lot of bombs on Germany. One time, there were B-17 planes flying to drop bombs on a city in Germany. The German fighter planes were shooting at the B-17 bombers. A bomber is a type of plane. A plane that drops bombs. On December 20th of 1943, a group of bombers went on a mission over Germany. Many of the B-17 bombers were shot down. They were shot and they went down. They went down. Many planes went down. There was a German fighter pilot named Franz Stigler. He had shot down 2 B-17s on that day, on December 20th, 1943. He only needed to shoot down one more B-17 to get an award from Germany. Franz Stigler, the German pilot, was on the ground and he saw a B-17 flying in the sky, and this B-17 was badly damaged. It had been shot many times. There was smoke coming from the B-17, and it was all alone. There were no other planes around that B-17. So Franz Stigler decided to get in his fighter plane and go shoot down the B-17 and get an award. As he got closer and closer to the B-17, he saw that this B-17 was very badly damaged. It was barely flying. The B-17 only had 1 out of 4 engines working. 3 of the 4 engines were not working. It only had 1 left. He saw that there were huge holes in the plane. Holes from flak. There was lots of flak in World War II that was shot up at the bombers from the ground. Franz Stigler, the German pilot, also saw and realized that none of the guns on the B-17 were working. Nobody on the B-17 was shooting at him. He flew his plane next to the B-17, and he could see that there were wounded people on the B-17. Men who had been wounded. They had been hurt. And he saw that some of the guns on the plane were missing. And the only guns that the plane had left were not working. At that moment, Franz decided that it wouldn't be honorable to shoot down this B-17. The men on the plane had no defense. They had no way of defending or protecting themselves. They were helpless. Franz Stigler, the German pilot, said that he thought that if he shot down this plane, it would be like shooting a man in a parachute. He said he would not feel okay. He would not feel good about shooting down this plane. So he looked at the pilots of the B-17 and he tried to signal to them with his hands and arms. He tried to tell them to land the plane in Sweden. But the American pilots did not understand. So Franz Stigler decided to stay with the plane and fly his plane next to theirs. He flew his German plane next to their B-17 because he knew that the Germans on the ground wouldn't shoot flak at the B-17 because he was there. The Germans wouldn't shoot flak at their own plane. So Franz Stigler stayed with the B-17 until it was out of danger. Then he gave a salute. This is a salute. He saluted the pilots and turned away. The B-17 made it back to England. When they arrived in England, they told the officers, the other people in the military, about this German plane that did not shoot them down, but they were told to not share this story. They were told, hey, don't tell that story to anyone, because it made the Germans look good. The Americans didn't want a story about a nice, friendly German pilot to be told to everyone in the middle of a war with Germany. One of the American pilots of the B-17 told the story in 1986. He finally told the story, and he wanted to meet the German pilot who saved him and his crew, him and everyone else on the B-17. And he did. He was able to meet the German pilot. So the American, Charlie Brown, and the German, Franz Stigler, became friends. They actually became friends for many years. There is a book about this incident about this story called A Higher Call. Maybe as you get better and better at English, you will be able to read that book. Okay, that's all for this video. I think this is a very interesting story. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.